so excited to have you on the show. Welcome to Second Opinion Sports Show. We're visiting with Alex Fisher, owner and founder of Teaches Kiteboarding out of Beaufort, North Carolina, serving the whole Crystal Coast with the wonderful sport of kiteboarding. How are you doing today?
Great. Like I said, we got out on the water and had a lesson this morning, and then I had a rider come from New Bern. Both of them, I think, actually came from the New Bern area to come down here. So it was a great day. It was beautiful out there, perfect wind, and definitely, certainly can't complain.
And what a beautiful job. Not only it's not really a job, but I mean, this love for the water started as a youth. You grew up in the Morehead City area, so you're native to North Carolina
Yep.
and spent a lot of time growing up on the water. So tell
Yes.
us a little bit about growing up near the coast and just how you fell in love. You were introduced to kiteboarding more than 20 years ago, but how that kind of came to be a sport that you were interested in.
Yeah. So, grew up in Morehead City, right off Country Club Road. And yeah, always on the water. I was a surfer from a young age. I think I started surfing when I was about 7 or 8 years old. Got a surfboard from a yard sale from a neighbor, and then I was hooked ever since with surfing. And I actually in 2004, so I'm 35 now. Doing some quick math here, but I think I was about 12 years old or so, um, 12 or 13 years old. But I worked for a guy named Joe Brake. He's still a local too. Some people might know him, but Joe owned a surf school under the Crab's Claw in Atlantic Beach. And I worked for him teaching surf lessons. And during that time, for those few years that I helped him during the summers, um, I met these guys that were kiteboarding, and they were some of the first ones I seen around here. Talking like Bill Roach is a big surfing name, but Mr. Bill was, kiteboarding as well back then. And they all started. I mean, kiteboarding really became a sport really in about 96 to 98. It really actually kind of got on the map as an actual sport that anyone could come and do, I would say. But there wasn't anyone to teach you or anything back then. It was kind of buy the gear and go for it type thing. And people got hurt and stuff. It was a lot more dangerous back then. The gear wasn't as good. But anyways, got into kiteboarding because I saw them doing it, and my mom ended up buying me a cheap kite off of like eBay for my birthday one of those years, and I tried it and I was hooked. I was more hooked on surfing still, and I ended up moving to the Outer Banks because the waves are always so good up there. I moved to Rodanthe on the Outer Banks in 2010, and I worked for Real Water Sports, which is a huge name now in the industry. They've built, like a corporation out of the business or out of the sport. Um, and they just do a bunch of water sport stuff, but they have a massive store too that they built. But I worked for them, and I kind of got back into kiting because I saw the potential of making money, as a business as well. And this area here on the Crystal Coast is just, perfect for it. The wind blows a lot. We have nice sandbars that create nice, areas for beginners and stuff. So I ended up coming back home just like on a short trip, like for a weekend to hang out with friends and family. And I ended up, uh, you know, kind of falling back in love with Moorhead. I went out on the boat that weekend and I saw the areas and I was like, man, I could really start a business. And I actually did paddleboarding first. I started a paddleboard business first because I saw people making a lot of money in the Outer Banks doing paddleboarding tours. And it's so easy. You just take them out, paddle around, and you're getting exercise as well. So it's healthy lifestyle. But I tried to start that business, and that was one of my first real businesses. So there was a lot of learning there. I, spent money where I shouldn't have, and a little too much, and then kind of ran out of money eventually. And the business just kind of slowly tapered off. We still get some paddleboard stuff every once in a while. Those flyers are still buzzing around somewhere, and we get them. But that business was a learning experience, I would say, and I don't regret anything at all. Um, and then I was able to start Teaches, and we started Teaches in 2015, 2016. So now we've been doing it for, going on 10 years or more here in the Beaufort
Wow.
area. And it's working out really good. And we have people come from all over the world, all over the country, all over, North Carolina to come to our spots because they're so good. It's kind of like compares to the Brazil, of North Carolina. Lots of butter flat water, which is what people travel for that are experienced kiters. They like that butter smooth flat water with a good strong wind on the other side of the sandbar.
That's what I was going to ask. Your website, so teacheskiteboarding.com, which we'll talk about that a few times while we're visiting, so people know where to get this info. I
Yeah,
kept seeing you refer to butter spots, so that's what you're talking
yeah,
about with the way the water is and the ideal conditions. So, what makes this part of Eastern North Carolina like this the sweet spot for doing kiteboarding? Is there something special with the winds, the way they happen here?
yeah. I mean, it's the direction a lot, and it's the same for the Outer Banks. The Outer Banks is basically the mecca for kiteboarding because you've got Highway 12, and the wind blow. No matter which way the wind blows, it's blowing back to land. And so there's going to be tons of spots to go, no matter which way the wind blows. So you can pretty much kiteboard there almost every single day. Obviously there's days that the wind just doesn't blow, but this time of year, it's pretty rare. But that southwest wind for them coming over the Pamlico Sound, there's a lot of fetch, which is the distance between land or an object and you for the wind to travel. So there's a lot of distance in the Pamlico Sound that makes the Outer Banks very good on southwest winds. The wind just has a lot of area to travel. And then it's the same here with Beaufort Inlet and where our sandbars are located. The wind comes clean out of the Atlantic Ocean straight into the inlet, Beaufort Inlet there, and then it comes right to a nice stretch of sandbar. So for people that are learning, they want to be on the side where the wind is onshore. So worst case, they end up back on the beach and don't get sucked away from the beach until they're able to stay in one spot. But then the graduation is on the other side where that butter spot is, where it's nice and smooth. And as long as they're able to stay upwind and they're proficient kiters, they can stay up against that island and use that butter water. And it makes it, really a lot easier to do tricks and stuff. And it just makes it a beautiful spot. But people travel all around the world looking for spots like that. And that's actually, what makes real water sports so good. They have where they bought that land, they have a slick, they call it. It's the slick. And it's marsh grass, though, that wraps out and around for them. And so they've got this marsh grass that's a good little distance from the actual dock and the shop. So that whole little lagoon right there is nice and smooth and makes for a really good spot to kite. So it's the same idea, and that's why they've been so successful with it as well.
And I like how you mentioned, you try different things and when something doesn't work, you go to something else, but ultimately you follow your passion and
Yeah.
stuck with that, and that's really where your calling is. Now, you teach folks of all levels. They can be just starting out, brand new beginners, experienced kiters. You've got different packages for that. You teach some very specific things such as kite control and safety and self rescue, one handed kite control, some very specific things that people need to know. And one thing that I noticed on you had rave reviews online, a lot of folks mentioning how much fun they had. Some of them it being a family ordeal where they had father, daughter, lots of different combinations. People coming out and trying it said how safe they felt and how you knew all the prime spots to go to and just such a wonderful learning experience. So break down a little bit about some of the teaching packages that you do offer for folks. And
Yeah.
by the way,
So
everybody, this makes a great gift. So I'm just going to
yeah,
put that out there. You got a
that's
birthday coming up or holidays, make this that cool gift that they won't stop talking about.
yeah, definitely. So, we've really opened up. We've gotten a new boat. You can see it behind me. But we've got a new boat in the last year, and that's opened up a lot of things for us too that we wanted to grow because the wind doesn't blow every day. And I'm an avid fisherman. I fish a lot. I run charters for some friends and stuff too. So uh, I was like, why not do it with my own boat now? So now we offer half day, 3/4 day fishing charters as well. And the big thing I want to push is boat tours. We offer eco tours, boat tours. We can even, take you to a restaurant on the water to pick up food on the way. And you can go out to the sandbar, or really wherever you want to go, depending on the package you get with the boat tour. But like a full day one, we can go to Cape Lookout or something like that if you want to. But we show off dolphins, history of the area too. We talk a lot. We'll show you historical sites or landmarks and stuff. um, it's a really really cool tour if you've don't get to go on the boat often or haven't actually been on the boat in this area before. It'll be really good for you and for the whole family. So that's kind of something that everyone can do. We also offer e-foil lessons, which is a pretty common thing now for kiteboarding schools. So basically the wind doesn't blow. Usually the school tries to push you onto an e-foil lesson, and that is the hydrofoil surfboards, but with a remote control, so they're electronic. So that's the easiest way to learn how to fly above the water or foil. Besides a boat, a boat, there's a lot of turbulence, so it makes it more difficult. This, you're in full control. You go at your own pace, and anyone can do it, even if you don't stand on the board. If you're too scared or you're nervous about standing up, you can just ride it on your stomach and have a ball because it's like a little almost like a jet ski you're laying on. So we've got a lot of cool stuff also besides kiting now that we've been able to grow into. So all that is exciting. And like you said, great gift ideas or family stuff too. And then the kiteboarding, we can do anything from total beginner, no board sport experience whatsoever. On average, most people become self-sufficient and are able to buy their own gear and be safe and kind of know what they're doing after 12 hours of lesson time. Everyone's different. Some people it takes a little longer, but usually you can start kind of practicing on your own and just perfecting it after 12 hours. So we have a 3-day package that's like the Zero to Hero camp. That's going to get you from all the way from no knowledge whatsoever all the way to riding the board and perfecting riding the board and being safe about it and everything. And like I said, being able to buy your own gear. And then we have just a 4 hour. So if you wanted to just come out and try it, you can come out and just do a 4 hour package. And that's most people get to body drags, which is how you retrieve your board if you lose it, basically. So that's the first time you get to lay in the water and the kite's pulling you. You're flying the kite while it pulls you. And then next would be the board. So some people in their first lesson get a chance or two at the board. Some people don't. Some people make it to body drags, but it's still a successful lesson, within 4 hours there to get to body drags. But, and then we also, like you're saying, advanced riders. Once people have their own gear and, say they hit a little hump in their progression or something and they need to work on something a little more, we offer quickie lessons so they can come out and do it on a per hour basis with a coach. So say they would just work with a coach for 2 hours, and then we're always out there for 4 hours no matter what. So then they can still go out and practice on their own what I would help them with for 2 hours, and keep perfecting it too, with those quickie lessons. And then we offer just tickets to ride. Like I said, people from all over the world that come here to ride our spots, and they can just hop on the boat. And that's just $60 with their own gear, and come ride the spots and enjoy it as much as we do. So
Now, do you sell boards and equipment as well?
yeah, so we're with Action Sport Logistics. They're out of Charleston. So, instead of having a brick and mortar and everything, which one day I'm sure we will, we want to have a brick and mortar, maybe like on the Causeway in Atlantic Beach or something would be great. Traffic. But for now we just drop ship everything from Charleston. So anyone that's in North Carolina, especially, we can have them any gear that we sell, within a couple days. We deal with Elevate Kites is the brand, and we've been with them for the whole time the school's been alive, and they're a great company, great kites. Really can't say anything bad about them. we've loved them for 10 years. So, uh, yeah, with that, but we represent them, and then so we can get you any type of Elevate gear or Brunati gear, a couple different brands, as well as the e-foils too. We can get the Wadu e-foil boards. We have an agreement with them as well.
And we want folks to know, go with the pros. You want to make
Yeah.
sure that you're safe. This isn't for, well, yes, it is for amateurs, but we can come out here with little or no experience, but you definitely want to learn from a professional, someone
Yeah,
that's
it's not
licensed,
something.
someone that knows how to point you in the right
Right.
direction.
Yeah, it's not something that you just want to try to buy your own stuff and just do it yourself. That's how it was when I started. And it was a learning curve. I can show you, stitches on my leg and stuff from getting drugged through sand. And a
Mm.
stick went into my leg, but the gear was a lot more dangerous. And like I said, there was no one to teach you. Um, and I would say, everyone that comes out and takes a lesson, even if they were hesitant that they needed one before, by the end of it, they're like, I'm so glad that I took one because I learned every little piece and I'm not losing something by trying to do it myself. And yeah, it makes them much safer. That it's one of those sports where you can get really seriously hurt if you don't take lessons and know what you're doing. So highly recommended. But we promise you, it's worth the money. It'll save you a lot of money in the long run.
And
And
so what's the youngest that has been out doing this or can, and what's the oldest?
so it's really not about age, it's more about weight. If they're too
Mm,
light, they'll fly away, basically. So
right.
we say that you really want to be around 100 pounds. There's definitely kids out there that are pushing those limits in the industry, and I know some local kids as well that I know one local kid especially that's still pretty tiny. I think he might be like 10 or something like that, but he has they've got like a special little harness for him and stuff. But that's the main thing, is just being able to fit in an extra small harness or a small harness, and not it not be too big on them. And then also just being able to hold the kite down and the power of the kite. So I
Mhm.
always tell people around 100 pounds. We've done some 90s and 95s and stuff. I've definitely held kids in the air, like holding their back and holding them down and stuff before. We have done it. But obviously it's not ideal to be safe. We want to try to stay around that 100 pounds.
And any senior citizens out there doing this too?
Yeah, so actually, I would say my biggest clientele is 60 plus. Um, I think
Wow.
it's I think it's people looking, a lot of times it's people looking for stuff to do in retirement, something that keeps them active and keeps them moving and stuff. The gear, everything has evolved a lot, and I mean, just about anybody can kiteboard now. Um, a few years ago would have been a lot sketchier to be 60 plus and be going out there, but now we do it all the time. I just had a guy that was moving to Florida, and so he wanted to kind of have something as a retirement activity in Florida. And so I taught him, and he's all ready to go and go live retirement down there. And then I have a guy that was with me today, that's a rider. He took lessons with me 2 years ago, and he's comes almost every day the wind blows that I go out. His name's David, but he's 65, and he comes out like regular. And then my student today was actually 62. So I had a 62 and a 65-year-old out today.
Awesome. And I love hearing that because, we maybe there's something on your bucket list you haven't tried yet, and this might be one of them. So it's never
Yeah,
too late to try something new. And gosh, just being out on the water is therapeutic in itself, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so great for you. And it's
Yeah.
clearly, your passion. And now you've done a lot of other things too. From film, you do video and film work. You did that for a number of years, also with
Yeah,
bands
so
and entertainment.
yeah, I still own the business. I still own Niche Futz Productions is the name of it, and yeah, we've done anything from skateboarders to surfers to bands to TV commercials, real estate. I was one of the first real drone guys around here. I had drones back when you couldn't buy one ready to go. You had to build them. So we were building drones back then. And that was probably about the same time. That was like 2000. That was probably like 2011 or so when I started messing with drones. But yeah, I mean, I've done good with that, and I mostly film weddings now. Is how I make most of my money with the filming. So I get a couple weddings a year, and just word of mouth, people know who I am. So I still am pretty successful with that. And then we've started a 3D print business. We do primarily boat models, but we're doing like people's sport fishing boats, their center consoles. We can really make any boat. But we started making like Hot Wheels style boats, all packaged up with backers and everything. So we're just slowly evolving that. We're getting some big names. I can't really talk about one right now, but it's a really big name, and everyone's gonna want one. It was a famous singer. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, so I'm always evolving and always growing. Like I said, we've expanded the kiteboarding business now. And then I work at the port too. I work for a company, Riverbolt. And so I only work there when their ships are there. So about once a week, one time for about a week, per month, I work at the port.
You keep a full schedule there, but it keeps us out of trouble and keeps us doing what we love to do, and that's great. And
Yes.
people, while we're talking, we're gonna make sure people have a chance to see some pictures so that they understand the fun that can be had in doing this, and some video clips. You've got some great information. Everything you really need to know is on teacheskiteboarding.com. That's TEACHS kiteboarding.com. And you can also book through there. Or you can just reach out directly to Alex 252-646-4801. We'll make sure that the audience is able to reach you. Is there anything else that we've left out that we want the audience to know?
No, I think that's it. They know what we do and what they would want to come out here to do with us. And, we've got tons of adventures and, can't wait to meet some people that see this and end up coming out and joining us. We love making people's vacations or days or whatever we can do. So.
And making memories. And the eco tours for days when it's not windy, I keep seeing and hearing about the wild horses. Where are they?
Yeah, so usually with our eco tours, we usually will take you down Taylor's Creek. So it's about a 2 mile, 2.5 mile creek that will take you down, and anywhere along there we could run into them. If for some reason we don't, we usually bust over towards Shackleford, and we'll get kind of close to the island there, and usually we can spot some over there. And if not there, then we can always come to Carrot Island again, and at that point, if we haven't seen them anywhere else, we can kind of get right there in the middle of the island, and that's usually where they are. So tons of wild horses. I think there's 49 or something on Carrot Island, and I think there's like 120 or something on Shackleford, or 100 on Shackleford. So lots of wild horses to show off. And then the dolphins. I mean, almost every day when we go out on the boat with customers, we have dolphins right by the boat, especially in
Oh,
spring and in the fall. If you're really trying to do some dolphin sightseeing, come join us in the spring and in the fall. They really get thick back in the back sound, around the port basin and stuff. And like I said, we can just follow them around for hours and literally have them like right there next to the boat.
wow, what an experience. Well,
Yeah.
we've got to put this on our list and come out and pay you a visit and enjoy some things out on the water with you over there at Beaufort and the Crystal Coast. And boy, thank you so much, Alex, for being on the show with us, for supporting our show, being one of our sponsors, and having a business here, and doing such wonderful things in the community. By sharing, keeping people active and out, and doing great things. So we
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having me and for the opportunity, reaching out. And yeah, excited to see everything come together. And when you guys come out, we'll try to give you the best time that we can. We'll try to give you the full experience. So
Awesome.
Make sure you got a couple of hours because I'm gonna make sure we use it up. So
Awesome. We'll make a day of it. All right,
yes,
Alex. Thank you so much. We'll be in touch and for any updates, anything else you have going on. All right.
awesome. Thank you, Rebecca. You have a great day.
You too. Bye bye
All
now.
right, bye bye.
Who else but Nicky Mons?
We interrupt this broadcast for the Second Opinion halftime show.
Hi, my name is CJ from Carbon Lifeforms. Here's our new song, Falling Apart. And you are watching Second Opinion.
Every night I'm dreaming of the love we had. Every night I'm dreaming, I feel so bad. Oh, 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 oh. Since I lost your heart, I've been falling apart. Every song on radio brings me back to you. Every street I walk has memories so blue. Oh, 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 oh. Since I lost your heart, I'm trapped in the dark, hoping to find the spark. Every night I miss you, think of what I had. You don't seem to miss me, you said it was bad. Oh, 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 oh. Since I lost your heart, I'm trapped in the dark, hoping to find the spark that we once both had. Since I lost your heart, I'm trapped in the dark, hoping to find the spark that we once both had. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Hi, I'm Rutram from Hudson, Florida. This is my new song. This is all we got. Come on, let's dance. And you're watching this on Second Opinion. Thank you.
Came to the show where the sun kisses the tide. You gave me something I yearned for, a place to hide. And I asked for nothing, nothing more than this grace. The land could crumble to the sea, but I found my space. Each wave a whisper, each breeze a song of salt in the air. And life could only be but a dream if we just dared. So hold my hand, let's run along the sand. Sunsets make us whole. With every step we're painting colors on the canvas of our soul. Yesterday I took the path you threw me, shining bright like gold. Left alone the light I could see. It's a story to be told. Everything that stands before me, under sky so clear. Given time, the man I could be. The future draws near. Wasted days and wasted moments, with no more time to pretend. This is all we got. Our time is now. Come on, let's dance. Peace of mind, it's a reaction, riding waves of truth. Accept your life as it comes, live free, stay true. We only get one chance, no turning back, here we stand. So keep that chin up, your feet on the ground. Love has a plan. Yesterday I took the path you threw me, shining bright like gold. Left alone the light I could see. It's a story to be told. Everything that stands before me, under sky so clear. Given time, the man I could be. The future draws near. Wasted days and wasted moments, no more time to pretend. This is all we got. Our time is now. Come on, let's dance. The ocean calls our names. We claim our rightful fame. Through every storm we face, rise again with love. We find our place. Yesterday It's a story to be told. All we got, our time is now. Let's take a chance. Here under the bright, bright sun, we'll find the life we've meant. This is all we got. Our time is now. Come on, let's dance. Every single breath I take reminds me of you. In a quiet little place where the skies are so blue. Way back in the woods where the wildflowers grow. Out on this old dock, just letting it flow. Girl, you know you make it all rock so loud. With your laughter and love, we could draw a crowd. By the fire in the pale moonlight. Hell, I know it's only Tuesday, but girl, you're my light. This whole bonfire ain't gonna light itself. I'll grab the matches, girl, you grab the rest. Every night can be anything to me, with you right here by my side, wild and free. No matter the day or the time of our lives, let's grab a glass, turn the radio high. We're on a different road, let's shake it up. With the stars overhead, girl, we'll fill our cup. With your hair down, girl, looking so right. Let's turn this Tuesday into Saturday night. With the wind in our hair and the glow of the moon. Even this old dirt road can show us our tune. Just you and me, feeling so alive with every breath taken. Girl, you make me thrive. Let's dance in the firelight. Oh, what a sight in this special place. Everything feels so right. This old bonfire ain't gonna light itself. I'll grab the matches, girl, you grab the rest. Every night can be anything to me, with you right here by my side, wild and free. No matter the day or the time of our lives, let's grab a glass, turn the radio high. We're on a different road, let's shake it up. With the stars overhead, girl, we'll fill our cup. Got that playful spirit, the world's house tonight, listening to the crickets. It feels so right, there's magic in the moment, just hold on tight. Every breath taken, girl, you're my delight. So let the embers glow, let's laugh and play. In this beautiful chaos, we'll find our way. This old bonfire ain't gonna light itself. I grab the matches, girl, you grab the rest. Every night can be anything to me, with you right here by my side, wild and free. No matter the day or the time of our lives, let's grab a glass, turn the radio high. We're on a different road, let's shake it up. With the stars overhead, girl, we'll fill our cup. So here's to the moments in this special place. With every single breath, I'm lost in your grace. Whether it's woods or docks, just holding you tight. Girl, every single breath reminds me of you tonight.
Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Allen Pierce, and you're listening to my song, The Blind Waltz of Time, here on Second Opinion.
I got a bad feeling our time is at an end. I got a bad feeling I'm about to lose a friend. Yeah, but time is blind, blind are the eyes of time. Time is blind, blind are the eyes of time. Waves are gonna come. Our cracked and fragile cities, the washed away in crumbs. Yeah. Time is blind, blind are the eyes of time. Time is blind, blind are the eyes of time. I don't mind. It's just the waltz of time. As long as there's a song to play, we won't forget to dance. Yeah, time is blind, blind are the eyes of time. Time is blind, blind are the eyes of time. But I don't mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, we got Michael Archer, aka Archer, in the house. Tight Lines Pub and Brewery Company, Cataract County's best brewery. And just from the vibe, I feel like it's I mean, let's not even think about just Cataract. I mean, this brewery seemed like, man, this might be the best brewery in the state, man.
I appreciate that. We pump out some good stuff around here, and we always be repping that purple and gold.
The purple and gold. Now, you're located in a historic downtown building, I heard.
Yep, it's been here for about 126 years. We've done a lot to it. It's got a new face. Hurricane Florence took us out for a year and a half. So we've done a lot of work to this building.
Wow. That's amazing. Now, Michael, tell me a little bit about, how you got in the business, your vision when you were formulating it in your head and then translating it into what it is now.
Well, it started while we were in college. Me and my buddy Russell Lewis. Um, he was at UNC. We grew up together, and we worked for his family's restaurant while we were in high school and kind of coming up. And then we were like, well, why don't we do something a little more fun, a little more creative? And then as we're in college, we, tried different things. We were actual sports agents for a little while. Got a
Wow.
couple people to go to the Canadian League and Arena Football League. And then we were like, we are too broke to do this. So why don't we try to make some beer? And then me and him created Tight Lines when we were offshore fishing one day. And then unfortunately he passed away. So it's just been kind of me sitting here working and grinding. Just making
Wow. And
flavor combinations that I enjoy,
rest in power to him. And I'm sure he's looking down on you, man, and smiling because of what you've done with the vision.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that was his. I don't show it off too much, but they used Tyler
Wow.
Hansberg's signed jersey. I keep it up here. Memento to him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So ECU grad.
Yes, sir. 2012.
What was it like being in ECU when you were going to school there?
Well, my first years were with Skip, and we were back to back to back American champs. Or Conference USA. Excuse me, Conference USA. And it was good. In my major, I had all the athletes, and it was just a good, easy time at ECU, like it normally is.
Yeah, man. I love the campus. I love Greenville. I love the whole environment there. I spend lots of time there when I'm there. And one thing that I love is the tradition, the pride that the school has. And I mean, it has just gone up, man. It's gone up the ladder.
It is. I think we're really on an upward trend. Blake Harrell was just here 2 weeks ago at the Blue Marlin Big Rock tournament, which is held right in front of my spot. The weigh-ins are. He was here looking at some fish. Checked out some old players that went to the same high school as me, Macy O'Donnell. So we're rich in East Carolina history around here.
Wow. Rich in ECU history. So rich in the history that you had a fan club, the Pirates fan club. Tell me
Yeah,
about that.
we're trying to get them all coming back. It's always hard when you're not having the best year, but luckily last year we had a good turnaround.
Yes.
And then we're trying to blow it up this year. Try to get all them Pirates in here getting rowdy. Rowdy Pirates. We're a good spot to be. We have a massive upstairs that we hold 100 people up here and just get the ball going.
Getting the ball going. Now let's talk about this place now. Restaurant. I mean, you got local fresh seafood. I'm a seafood lover. Tell me about the menu.
We try to do a little Southern flair on classics. Like a risotto, but we make the risotto into a fried cake, and we put a really rich seafood mixture on top. We do our own
Oh,
in-house pork belly that we do a little. We make our own kimchi, and then we do a little Southern barbecue / Korean barbecue flair for the sauce.
oh,
And then we got what I just came up with. Southern drum. It's a pretzel encrusted, big old piece of red drum with a pork belly sweet potato hash and a hot honey glaze on top.
Oh my gosh! Come on, Michael.
Yeah, we been trying to switch it up. We don't want to be looked at as your regular pub. We give you good food, good portions at a good price.
And unique. I love the fact that you're very unique with the menu.
Yeah,
You know.
if you walk the same line, you're gonna go to the same place. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to veer out and do different things. That also comes in help. I don't know if you knew, but we own Beaufort Creamery in Beaufort, North Carolina, and it won 7th in U.S. Top 100 in creameries in the United States.
Oh my goodness! Come on.
Yeah, so the creamery, I have a lot of fun. They're like, "Oh, what do you want to do today?" And I was like, "Well, I just bought an apple pie, shoved it right in the machine, and made it. Apple pie ice cream. Here it comes."
Man, now we're talking. We got to get a piece of the American pie, Mike.
Hey, we're all trying to get that slice.
We're trying to get that slice. Now the live music is in the house, so you guys are jamming over
Yeah,
there.
we do live music pretty much every Saturday, depending on weather, because it's all outside. If the weather's good, we'll have somebody out there on the patio on the pizer wrapping up some music. Yeah.
Wow. So you guys got everything covered. Now, what if someone wants to come there and actually customize their experience and do their own thing? You guys got that available, Mike?
We got anything you want available. Just last Thursday, we held a Coast Guard retirement party. It was 150, closed down to the public. We said, whatever menu you want, I got a full kitchen. I'll make it.
I
And
love
then I
that.
got plenty of beer for you to drink.
I love that. I love your spirit. You got a winner spirit over there. So TVs for watching the games, obviously. And you got a business partner that's really, really special. He wasn't able to make it today, but
Yeah, he
tell me a
had
little bit about your partner.
Joe Stroud. He graduated from ECU a long time ago. Don't tell him I said it long, but uh, and he's been very influential in my life. He's been the local mayor. He was 3 terms local mayor, and then we own this spot. Queen Anne's Revenge is another restaurant we own in Beaufort that's right on the waterfront, and then the creamery. And he's just a good person to have to know, and he knows a lot of people.
Look at him. You're getting calls right now. It's off the hook. You
Yeah,
can't
it
stop
never
getting
stops.
business.
It never
It never
stops.
stops. Now, why do they call it? Well, Archer is your last name, but I mean, target practice is something that you're good at because it seems
Hey,
like you're hitting the mark, Mike.
hey, I'm always ready. A lot of people used to call me Batman too because I'm very vigilant. Uh, but yeah,
That,
since football, everybody's called me Archer since I was in football.
oh, that's
But
cool, man. Now, the football season is coming back, and I'm so pumped up about it.
let's go.
Uh, I cannot wait for football season. What do you think ECU's chances are going into the next football season?
I've got high expectations. I think Blake's doing a great job of setting up the
Yeah.
pieces with people leaving, people coming in. I think we've got a really good chance to win the conference and, place a good bowl game. I don't see why we couldn't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that they're definitely going in the right direction. Now, do you have? Well, oh wait, I already know this. I know the answer to this question. The Panthers, man.
I got
I mean,
season
the
tickets.
Panthers.
I'm there every game.
They played phenomenal last year,
You
and me,
know, you
me and
you
my
can't
host. Listen,
stop that.
Mike. Listen, me and my host. We were talking about it before the season last year, and we were saying, man, the Panthers were going to be that team that you're not going to want to play because they are going to scrap. They're a scrappy team.
The cardiac cats. With the addition of Lloyd and Mitchell, that defense is getting a little scary.
Yeah, that defense is getting scary for real. And the development of Young, what do you think? I mean, what do you see their chances moving into this season coming up?
Well, NFC South locked. Now it's about where we get our good playoff run. You know, uh, if Bryce gets protection, he's going to throw the dart, and T
Yeah,
Mac is going to
yeah,
go up and get it. You know, and with Coker
yeah,
getting
yeah.
healthy, I see good. Legette's got to get his hands working, but I Derek Brown in the middle of the defense too. I mean, there's so many good pieces on that team right now. I'll be mad if we don't win 10 at least.
Yeah, there's a lot of good pieces on that team right now. The Panthers are a team that you're going to have to watch out for, and they got some experience now. So
Yeah, you're gonna have to put respect on the name.
you got to put some respect on the name for sure. And you know what? I'm putting respect on Tight Lines Pub and Brewing Company. 709 is it Arundel Street or Arundel?
Arundel Street. Arundel.
Arundel.
Yeah, we pronounce everything a little weird around here. Yeah.
Arundel. That's
We
A
gotta
R
put that
E
twang
N.
on it. Yeah.
ARENDELL Street,
Yes, sir.
Morehead City.
No one's ever said anything bad about that.
and you know what? You know what, Mike? I can't wait to come over there, man. We got to do a second opinion party, a
All
live
right, let's
remote or
do it.
something.
Come on.
Let's do it, my brother. Hey, it's a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, anytime. I appreciate you having me. Looking
I
forward to
look
doing
forward
some
to
more
seeing you
work.
soon.
Oh yeah.
Let's shake the world, brother.
Hey.